Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another me reviewing the next episode of Yashahime, episode 14, The Man Behind the Forest Fire. But just really quick before I get into the episode, along with this new episode, they got a whole new opening, a new called was it Fire? What was it called? But I enjoyed the new opening of Yashahime. While the first opening, along with the song by Six Tones, New Era, was really good, I enjoyed. This new song here, along with the opening, rocked as well. And just show more stuff that's going on later in the series, you know. And one thing of what just confirmed, which I had no doubts anyway, though, but it did fully confirm the theory that a lot of people were saying, though. But I knew on my own, though. But still, there's no doubt, though. Rin is the mother of Toa and Setsuna. That's what I'm saying. I already put that from watching from the beginning as well, and this opening just confirms it. You know, showing how it transitions, like with Toa and Setsuna transition with their parents, to show more with Rin, and showing with Moroha transition with Inuyasha and Kagome, and showing more of Kirimaru in the part where it shows he's fighting Sesshomaru, so that's something cool. Hopefully we get to see that as well. More of Riku as well. Which some people think that he's related to Kirimaru, because it showed a transition from Kirimaru to Riku. Maybe, who knows? But we'll see on that. And actually, yeah, but there's more to. I think I'll do a more breakdown on the opening for this, though. I think I'll do a separate video going through the opening, but I just want to fully say confirmed that the one theory that I knew myself. A lot of people think that yes, Rin is the mother of Toa and Setsuna, and I just really enjoyed the opening to it. So I just had to bring that in because it was an all new opening I didn't expect to see. So it rocked, though. But getting more into that, though, into the new episode 14, The Man Behind the Forest Fire. It opens up with this girl named Tamano. Yeah, Tamano in this blizzard. She collapses, you know, from being cold in the blizzard. And Riku shows up, and then going back with our main trio, since you know that Moroha once again complained that since all the demons they slay have no heads, so they can't go to a bounty. And the other little thing with Toa and her cell phone. You know, because she never introduced that to them from before, so I'm saying that now you can't use it out here though, because it's in the future era. But you can still like take pictures or make videos and use a flashlight on it. So you still have those essentials though. So they get back to the corpse dealer. They meet Tamano, and Riku is there with Takechiyo and Jubi. Tamano tells him the story that she was taken by this evil mountain god named Hamano, and that's how before that when she turned 13, all the guys in the village, they want to marry her, being that pretty as well. Which you can think it does. If people say goes back to the older person marrying the younger person like that. I mean, do you ever people go back and watching the episodes where there was an episode where there was a girl that knew Moroku from past, you know, that wanted when he asked her from before to bear his children, and then like a few years later she sees him again and she wanted to do that as well. It's like, oh, I'm 14 now, so you can do that, or you can go back, say, with Rin and Sesshomaru, you know, bring that up again. You think after even back in those ancient times in Japan, do you think age difference is irrelevant back then? I mean, back in those ancient times in Japan, I think age difference back then was not that big deal. I don't think. So, but here I'm just addressing because it says she's 13 and the demon's older, so that's why. And all other villagers around, they want to make her his wife, their wife. But the demon named Hermaro kidnaps her, brings her to his mansion, which is like his mansion that's in the middle of a blizzard, but the entire inside where the mansion area is, it's snow free. And the guy seemed kind at first, but then when another guy starts looking at her, would you get like an old crap moment where he just starts burning people alive, burn the men alive, which there is a little bit lack of in this series, a little less lack of blood, like how it was in the show of Inuyasha. But here we see are seeing a demon who is literally setting people on fire just for giving a glance at the girl that he likes. So, okay. So you got a little bit of some of that. You see literally burn people alive. And she says to stop, but she's like, "Oh, you're the one to blame for this." So she locks her up, but then she picks the lock and escapes, and that's how we end up where Riku finds her. So, and Riku in this way shows more Riku being a little more evil in this episode, just all the evil glances that he gets. So he shows that this episode he's more. Because how he's being a little more the nice guy in some of the episodes, but especially with Toa. But here we see him more being a little more showing a little bit of a villainous side. I mean, of course, with the blue pearl that he has as an earring, he can easily take out the villain easily. But just shows how later in the episode he still torments with the demon with the girl as well. It shows how he can be a villain, how much he can be a villain. So, and plus, I established that he is a demon because he keeps mentioning how stuff like as human beings, being as human beings and all that. So it shows that he is. It's guessing that if he says something like that of a human being, then it should establish that he's a demon, but in the human form. And so, of course, Jubi thinks, there's a bounty on it. Mora easily takes it up and wants to go. So they go to the blizzard, the cold blizzard. They find the place that the mansion around there is snow-free. And Mora just goes and bursts in. And it shows that the guy, the demon, Hermaro, he's not right in the head, because he's so obsessed with this girl. So, oh, I love you, and all that stuff. It shows he's not right in the head. But it does confirm that he's the one who, because he notices Toa and Setsuna have the rainbow pearls, and he tells him, "Oh, you're still alive? I thought I killed you back then." So it shows in the flashback that he's the one who was being told by this one woman by the name of Zero to burn down the forest to kill those two sisters. So he did burn down the forest, which we see Toa now getting really angry for the first time. She's really very mad that you're the one who separated Setsuna and I from each other. And you see Setsuna kind of look at her like a little bit concerned, because how she got so easily unhinged at that point. So you do see Setsuna doing a little, okay, Toa, it's alright. Well, she didn't say that though, but she does show that sign of concern though. But we do see Toa go on and get really angry, which I'm surprised. I expected I thought when she was going to get that mad, she was going to be become like a full demon, but that's not the case. She just gets really, really angry, starts attacking, right? Even both her energy blade and, I forgot the technique was called again, but then the cyclone burst doesn't work against him, and he's bursting a lot of fire, and he's got ready to make this big ball of fire, which looks really cool, though. And then Riku with Tamano riding on Takachiyo, and just how she shows the evil look that Riku gives, and just tormenting with Moro along with using Tamano, and because of that, mentally what Riku did, the guy just basically commits suicide, just literally over so overcome with his emotions and what's in his head, he basically commits suicide. He basically burns himself to death, to ash. And of course, Moroha gets upset because there's no bounty once again. But it just showed that more of Riku being more of a villain, basically. And also, speaking of, I mentioned about Sesshomaru from when I did my favorites of last year in the previous video. I mentioned Sesshomaru. Yeah, it was a flashback, of course, but it was more that because it shows that woman Zero is powerful than Himaru, the fire demon, when she ordered him to burn it down. And Sesshomaru is there and tells her about tells him about those that his kids are in the forest and they're going to be killed. And Sesshomaru, as usual, just doesn't say anything, just walks away. It's kind of like the same thing when the Tree of Ages, disguised as Kikyo, when she's looking at Rin inside the tree and saying, "Before seeing this girl, she'll never awaken." And as usual, like Sesshomaru, he doesn't say anything, just walks away. So. But maybe, which I think it does give an explanation how, after maybe Sesshomaru did go in and save Setsuna when the forest fire was being burned. After when Toa got sent to the future and so Setsuna got left behind when Toa couldn't find her. That's my guess. I guess maybe he did save her. I guess, hence why she was alone and later on was sent back to Kaede's village later on. So, well, we don't know though. So, but that's just a guess. But yeah, it's usually I knew that was a flashback with when we saw Sesshomaru, and so what else after that? After when the guy commits suicide, they leave. Tamaru goes back with her grandparents, and then it's with Riku, sitting there smiling, so yeah, it just shows that Riku does show more that he's being more of a villain in this episode. So instead of just being like the regular nice guy. But yeah, this is a really good episode. I would decide to put this another. This is another really good episode. Now I say it was good as episode 13 with Moroku. Well, the nitpick I have, I think that the villain was a little bit, how he ends up dying. I thought that was a little bit, Although it was due to his emotions were unstable, that's why. But still, I thought felt like his death could have had a little bit more to it. But other than that, though, it was a really good episode. It shows how the forest got burned, why they got Toa and Setsuna got separated. But it was because this demon woman named Zero told the guy to. So, and which you see that woman in the opening, fighting with Setsuna. So. We'll definitely see more of her, and also in the opening, which I will get to that I want to get that into a separate video regarding about the opening, which it's really good, but I want to get to that in the opening, in a separate video. And speaking of the previous episode 15, which was the name of the title for this one, called Farewell Under the Lunar Eclipse. Now, this episode, it looks like it. It's gonna be from this preview. It looks like it's gonna be another flashback, really enough, because it shows the bridge between what happens in the first episode with Kagome and Inuyasha, right up until when what happened going on with Rin, and what happened with Rin and the twins, and with Kagome and Moroha when she was a baby. So. That's like more of a bridge of what's going on. So then this is basically like a flashback episode from what it looks like. But I'll get to more of that. That's another episode. That's another video I want to do separate. This time I do want to do a separate episode, a separate video for that one as well. So I'll get to that more detail into that. But I'm just showing up a little. It's more of a bridge gap between explanations. So yeah, but I'll get to that in a separate video. Along with that, I want to talk about the opening as well, and. Yeah, this is a all new rocket opening the next episode, I'm really looking forward to seeing. Yashahime is really. This is why I say That's why I want to say that Yashahime is my favorite of 2020, because more Kikame is making me more excited for the next episode. Yeah, there were some episodes I thought were okay though, but there was a really lot of good episodes I've been enjoying. So yeah, that's why I am happy to say that that is my favorite. Now, it's not a movie though, but it was my favorite of 2020. Because each episode is keeping me more getting excited for the next episode. I'm enjoying our characters, Toa, Setsuno, and Moroha. So, and of course, I was seeing our original cast of Inuyasha, Kagome, and everyone else. So, and Sesshomaru. But yeah, but this episode, the Man Behind the Forest Fire, I really did enjoy. Although the guy's death could have been a little bit more, but. Other than that, though, I enjoyed it. We've seen more of Toa getting very angry, which I thought to the point I thought she was going to become a full demon, but that's not the case. But as you see that Setsuno was being a little bit concerned, the face she given when she was getting really angry, because that infuriated her, because how much Toa loved her sister, and she felt responsible when she let go of her hand during that forest fire. She felt a lot of guilt because of that, and because of him, that's why she got so enraged, and that's why she really wanted to beat him so bad for separating her from her sister, and showing more Rico being more like a villain. You know, just given what he said that about. Because he mentioned about a demon between a human being, like he mentioned about the Great Dog King, Sesshomaru Inuyasha's father, and let alone with Inuyasha, Kagome, or Sesshomaru and Rin, basically. Well, he said the Great Dog Demon and Sesshomaru, so. But it's the same thing, though, a demon with another human being, as we were referring to. So it shows the hinting that he is a demon, but in a human form, so. Because he keeps saying human being like that, so. But yeah, but I really enjoyed this episode. It's another really good episode. So for that said, thanks for watching. So I'm gonna have another couple of videos I'm gonna be doing this. I want to do a separate video about the garden, about the next preview of the next episode. Because I really look forward to seeing. I will get more into that, and I want to talk about the new opening of the intro. I want to get to that, and yeah. So, but thanks for watching, and stay tuned for those next couple of videos, and I have to do and I'll also be uploading that update video too, so, after this too. But yeah, so, yeah, with this new opening, it's getting me more excited now. Like I said, as a big fan of Inuyasha, Yashahime, I said, I'm glad it's my favorite of 2020. Each one is keep getting me more excited. I'm really, with this new opening, and more of what's going on, so yeah. Calm down, take a deep breath. So yeah, but thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next videos. Later.